This is a sweet little tool. This is the Domino. Such a great tool to have. Ensures that my product is gonna be deadly. Like Allfest tool, it's got the dust collection. Most important thing about this certain unit is that you have to run it with dust collection. If you run this without dust collection, the wood chips can kind of build up and you can damage your tool. So you have to have a vacuum hooked up to this. This button right here, pull this up, and it releases this front section. This is the business end right here. This is the motor that oscillates back and forth as well as turns. So you get this nice tight fitting slot that will fit these dominoes. So to change this out, there's a button on the side which will lock this in place. Then you just put a wrench on here and you can undo this and you can put in a larger cutter for larger dominoes. Just press this button and then undo it here. Everything that's green does something. So this is your power switch. Basically just push it forward and it goes on, then pull it back, and that's how you turn it off. This selector right here decides on sort of the slop in your domino hole. This first mark is my tight domino hole. So it'll fit exactly to this size of this domino. Now if I go up to this notch, it gives a little bit of space on either side. And then when I go to the third option, it'll do even a larger space. The reason it's nice to have that is so that when you're joining, if you need a little bit of wiggle room just to maneuver your material, you can do that. It won't make it wider in this direction, but it makes it wider in this direction only, okay? It's always tight here. There are 0 adjustments for making this bigger this way, unless you were to change out the bit and put a larger bit in and then use a smaller domino. But there's no real reason for doing that. On the side, we have our depth of adjustment. I've got it set to 15 mils. That basically means it's gonna cut 15 mils in. Then I would cut 15 mils in on the other piece. So a total of 30 mils. These are 5 by 30s. So putting it on the 15 means this domino will work. Now to adjust this, you just move this green lever down 20 mil, 25, 28. So basically you're just doubling it. 50 mil domino, 56, that's a 40, that's a 30, and so on. Power goes on the back. It's got the twist lock. This is where we do all of our fine tuning. So on the side right here, when we flick this lever up, it allows us to drop our table. Now our table, you can see there's all these degrees on the side with all these holes. These holes are presets, okay? So we can easily just get into, 45 degrees, 30 degrees, no problem, 10 degrees, and so on. So very easy for kind of setting up quickly. And then on this side, we've got another lever. Release that. That pulls our table up and down, all right? And when we do that, there is some presets here as well. This is for sort of your thickness of material, 20 mil, 22, all the way up to 40. They've got these little notches in here that just sort of correspond. You can see the connection, and then you just lock that down. On the top in here, this is sort of where you line up your work. If I want to put my domino in right there, you can kind of line it up with these lines, okay? That's your cut line, and then you've got some metric dimensions on the side here, 1020, 1020 on either side, so you can do repetitive cuts. You know where to go. Put this back in, it just slides in these rods. You want to be very careful. And you just push and it's locked, okay? Now we're in. If you're doing lots of fancy homes or furniture, it's just such a great tool to have. Until next time, keep on crushing it. We'll catch you later.